Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is time for you to align yourself with the highest and the best version of your reality. My name is Michelle Juanita Lamont. I'm a manifestation master, author, speaker, award-winning podcast host, and YouTube channel creator. Hey, everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Everything. If this is your first time tuning into this amazing energy, well, you are in for a treat because I'm going to teach you how to align yourself with the highest and the best version of yourself. In fact, today's episode, it's called Shut Up and Let's Get Started Manifesting. All right. So in order for us to manifest our miracles and to understand what manifesting is, I'm just going to explain it to you in the most simple terms. So basically, manifesting is taking something from your thoughts into reality, from your thoughts into your reality. And in order for you to align yourself with that higher vibrational point of attraction where you actually think about it and then see it, or you see it because you were just thinking about it, or in whichever vibrational way that you're creating, then you have to understand that the first thing about manifesting is that you have to understand that what you think about, you bring about. So you have to be very careful about the music you listen to, the TV shows you watch. I used to be so into true crime until I realized that it actually makes you scared and intimidated and fearful. Therefore, it lowers your vibration. Therefore, when you're in a lower vibrational state, you're an equal match to other low vibrational state beings, right? So if somebody's kind of hanging around the wrong people, then they're a vibrational match to that density, to that energy, to that lack, to that fear. And when you're a vibrational match to all of those things, it's very hard for you to be a creator because you're constantly stuck in this pool, this cesspool of energy. You're the dregs of the energy, you see. And so I want to help you. I want to help you collaborate and create here in this reality. And I want to allow you to be a vibrational match to every single thing that you came here to do. You see, you have a path and a purpose, and you are here to co-collaborate with the greatest creator that ever created. And I call it God. You can call it whatever you want. So if you have been a long-time listener and you've been listening since October of 2020, or if you just started tuning in, welcome, welcome, welcome. I invite you to go in and listen to more episodes, even if you want to just check out other episodes and see, just check them out by the title, because I shoot these, 3, 4, 5 at a time. I go and I meditate, and then I allow myself to hear the topic or the vibration or the energy. And then I go in and I align with my angels and I say, is this the most important thing for me to talk about today? And then I go and create the podcast. They're not in any order. I think there's like 1 or 2 in the catalog that are part 1 and part 2. Otherwise, everything is just basically, go and check it out. And if that title is speaking to you, it's because your guides and your angels are hoping to. You see, you didn't find this podcast just by mistake. You didn't find it by coincidence, because there are no coincidences. You found this podcast because your angels and your guides were 100% prepared to watch you collide and exceed all of your expectations, slam right into all of the things that you want to manifest, slam right into the money, slam right into the job, slam right into the dream car, into the dream house, the dream vacation, to the freedom of your life. I work with so many clients every single day. I'm a mindset, manifestation, and life coach. I do spiritual therapy as well. And every single day I get to meet some of the most fabulous creators on earth. But I want to tell you that the way to figure out if you are ready to manifest is to understand kind of the principles around manifesting and kind of just connecting with that vibrational point a little bit more. So one of the first signs that you're ready to shut up and start manifesting your miracle is that you have a spiritual connection to everything. You understand that there is a higher creator. You understand that there is a spiritual essence about the earth, about the energy. There's an essence to watching a butterfly or a rabbit just hop, or a flower just bloom. And that spiritual connection allows you to really understand that everything is an energy. We can feel it. We can vibrate with it. We're essentially touching a tree and feeling the energy of it. And when we have a spiritual connection to our higher being, I call it God, but you can call it whatever you want, or don't call it anything at all. It's up to you. But whenever you have that spiritual connection and you know that there's things that are going on all around you all the time, but you can't put your finger on it, well, then you're a manifester. You're in our family, you're in our conversations, you're in our energy, you're a part of our team manifesting. Another thing is that you start seeing signs from the universe. Okay. Now this gets people really confused. So I have a whole episode on angel numbers. So if you're getting all these angel numbers, 444, 555, 222, 111, or even random numbers like 578, 578, 578, 329, 329, 420, 420. I used to get 420 all the time. And I was like, does Jesus want me to get high? Why am I seeing 420 everywhere? But it actually is the code of enlightenment and assistance. So it was like assist yourself and assist others is basically the meaning of that. So if you start seeing a lot of signs that the universe is talking to you, that means that you are you're on a path to manifest things into your reality. You're on a path to align yourself with the highest version of yourself. This is the time to get excited. This is the time for you to recharge and say, I am ready to co-collaborate. This is awesome. I've been seeing 444 for the past 2 years, and I didn't know why. I've been seeing 321 since I was born. I recently spoke to somebody, and they had been seeing a certain numerical pattern, and he's a very, very talented up and coming singer that we're all going to know his name very, very soon. And I'm sure he's listening right now. And so he had a very close family member to him that passed away. And when we looked up the meaning of that number, it was a direct correlation to this particular person who had passed away. And it was a very close in age, very close relationship. So the universe is always sending us little signs and talking to us and letting us know that everything is an energetic vibration, and we can't get stuck in the 3D and what we have to see and what we have to touch and what we have to taste, and we have to know its origin and its DNA. Shut the fuck up. Think about that there are 168 billion galaxies, solar systems. 168 billion. It takes 100 million to make 1 billion. 100 million to make 1 billion. So when you start to think about that, I want you to be a vibrational match to the energy and the frequency of your highest self. So when you start seeing those signs, I want you to go back and listen to that episode on angel numbers. And it's not necessarily that specific sign or that specific number. It's that you've opened this vibration up and the universe is saying, oh, we are playing with you. Now, another way that you can manifest your miracles right now and understand that you are on your path to manifesting your miracle is something that I really didn't grasp for a long time. It's something that kind of held me back. It was something that I think a lot of people misunderstand. And so I really want to talk about that. So the thing is that when you really want to manifest and you're in that higher state of being, it's way past like a monetary thing. It's way past an ego-driven thing. What is ego? E-G-O, edging God out. And when you're past all of those superficial things, right? Because why do you want to be head to toe in Gucci or in some sort of label? I mean, Gucci's beautiful. I love Gucci. I've got some Gucci. I love me some Gucci. Okay. But when you feel broken on the inside, when you feel disgusting on the inside, when you feel ugly, you want your exterior to scream out to everybody, look at how great I am. Look how awesome I am. Look how beautiful I am. Look how sexy I am. Look how perfect my physique is. Look at how expensive my shoes are. Look at how expensive my clothes are. It's because you feel like a rotten egg on the inside. So you want to make sure the whole world sees you one way, even though you don't see yourself that way. And in order for you to shut up and manifest, you have to have inner peace. That dialogue between you and you has to change. You have to seek things that are just chill. That doesn't mean that you can't go and be, number one party person in the world, but internally, you are essentially unshakable. Nobody can take you out of your comfort zone. Nobody can make you feel bad about the things you want to create. You don't need anybody's approval to be a creator. You don't have to talk to anybody. Your inner peace means that your internal energy is aligned. Now, another thing that I think is important for people to understand, and you hear me say it over and over and over, is that everything is energy, and everything is energy. Everything is energy. Everything is energy. Talk to Einstein, talk to Tesla, talk to Dolores Cannon, talk to Dr. Joe Dispenza, listen to Dr. Wayne Dyer, listen to Louise Mays Hayes, listen to all of the phenomenal scientists in the world that have ever discovered anything. Everything is energy. It carries an energetic component. They recently found out that the energy of grass in trees, they all talk to each other. Okay. So they talk through each other through photosynthesis. And when a blade of grass, which was like the saddest thing, like it makes me cry, I can't go outside, my lawn guy comes here on Fridays, is that the grass understands that it's going to be killed or cut. And so it secretes a smell, and we call it fresh cut grass, but it's actually screaming and warning the other grass that this is coming, so it emanates that odor. And I was like, what? Are you serious? Oh my God, I feel so bad for the grass. But when you understand that everything has energy, you really want to bless it. So whenever I walk past my own grass or my yard, I always tell it how much I love it and that I appreciate that it's here and that it's helping the birds and the bugs and the insects and the algae and all the other things. So, another thing about energy and another thing about manifesting and another thing about understanding that you're the ultimate creator. I'm always checking my time if you're watching me on YouTube, so I've got to look at my time. Is that, in the essence of the vibration of that energy, no matter what you want, you have to be in love with the fact that it's going to come in its own time. You can't be the dominator or the determiner or the stipulator. One time I had somebody say, well, if I don't manifest this by November, I'm not going to do that anymore. Okay. If you want to hear God laugh, tell him your plans. What you're really looking to do is align yourself with the freedom of what you want. So it would be more energetically aligned to say, I want the freedom to spend all day with my children or my dog or my cat and still be a creator and still paint and still do this and still that. I want to see how the universe is going to do that for me, and let the universe do its thing. Do its thing. And the one thing that the universe really loves is a challenge. So if you really, really, really want to create really fast, something really fast, challenge the universe. Like, I challenge you to show me how fast you can do this, or I challenge you this. And if it's for you, and if it's in your timeline, and if it's right, it's going to appear just like that. Now, if you're having issues, if things are not aligning the way that they need to align for you, one of the most powerful, the most important, and I'm telling you, I promise 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 you, okay? I promise you, nothing is more important than becoming a meditator. And I hear it from everybody. No way. Ask me anything but that. I can do anything but that, Michelle. I can't sit down and I can't meditate. I just can't. Well, it's because you're not in control of your energy. If you were in control of your energy, you wouldn't even think twice about trying to try something new. And if there's that much resistance in your energetic field, then of course you need to do it. Of course you need to do it. Of course you need to do it. That is what it's telling you. If it's that hard for you to do, you must try it. Now, what happens when we meditate? Well, first, the amygdala, which is right behind your ear and it's behind your frontal cortex. It is our fight, flight, fear, fornicate, freeze. It's the 7 triggers that allows us to be alive most times. It's supposed to help you, like, there's a car on fire, jump out of the way, there's house on fire, leave, there's a pterodactyl coming, run. But what happens is because we're overstimulated, we're over, everything happens in microaggressions and major aggressions. There's racism, xenophobia, misogyny, there's bigotry, there's anger, there's divisiveness, there's shame, there's guilt, there's insecurity everywhere. And so when all of this vibration is just floating around you, your cells, your energy, your body, your life force, all of it starts picking up that vibration on a subconscious, on an unconscious level. You're not consciously thinking, I'm manifesting from that person who said that racist thing the other day, but you're impacted by it. And so when you meditate, what you do is you take all of the parts that are stuck in shame and fear and doubt and anger and insecurity, and you pull them all up and you release them in through your nose and out through your mouth. And when you start understanding that when you meditate, that amygdala slows down. And when the amygdala slows down, all of a sudden the vibrations of chaos, of the overstimulated brain, overstimulated amygdala, the stress of the world, the stress of your life, your family, your friends, your traffic, inflation, the news, whatever it is, political issues, all of the things that you can't fix, but you're fixated on, go away. They go away. And you get into this zone, as they say in the Big Leap, of genius. You get into a zone of genius where your guides and your angels, they come around you and they're like, psst, 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 and they're super telling you all the information. They're like, okay, now you got to do this and you got to do this. And when you meet Henry, don't go out with Henry. We don't like Henry. We're not going to do anything with Henry. And now when you meet Sally, she's a good person, but when you meet blah, 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 they're not. And partner up with Tamika, she's a genius, and blah, 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 blah. And so then you get all this downloaded information, and everybody is psychic. It's a proven fact. And we all have different clairs. This is proven. But you have to realize and find out what your superpower is so that you can then really and truly trust your gut. Why do you think they say it's a gut instinct? You have your brain, which is really your heart. Did you know that your heart is the very first organ that's created, and it has 44,000 neurons in it. After the spinal cord, it's the heart and then the brain. And that's to show you how important your heart is. So you want to really align yourself with your heart energy and send it love and tell your heart every single day, I love you for beating for me. I love you for loving me. I love you for protecting me. I love you and I know you love me. And breathe into that heart source energy and push out everything that's low vibration, and breathe into that heart source energy and push out everything that's low vibrational. Aren't you worthy of manifesting something today? If you start tuning into your internal mind and your energy, your angels and your guides are going to respond to 10 times faster over time. It only takes 21 days to make a habit. So why don't you start manifesting today by meditating? Go in and find something. It's all free. You can make every excuse you want in the world. I know I made them all up all the time, my whole life. And then when I realized the power of meditation, I became addicted. I can't go a single day without meditation. I go crazy. And so you get to meditate and you get to trust your gut. And when you trust your gut, you really are manifesting. You really are in the vibration of manifesting. You don't have to talk to anybody about it. You don't have to ask anybody anything. You're just simply aligned and protected, and everything is truly working out for you. Now, if this is your first time tuning in and you haven't signed up for one of my many different programs, I want to invite you right now to sign up for one of my free classes, for one of my free sessions. I do a free 15-minute session, and you just go to michellejlamont.com and you find a time that works for you and that's available with me. And if there aren't any times, it's because I'm booked out for 90 days. So when there's no options, that means then it won't be available again. Now, if that's gone, go to the 1 hour or the 2 hour call. I promise you it's recorded. It will be a clear communication for you. I'm going to help you solve a fucking problem. I promise, I promise, I promise. I'm so good at this. I'm a manifestation master, author, speaker, award-winning podcaster. You name it, I've manifested it. I have group courses, and my next group course, before I tell you one of the last things to do, is this. It's available. It's the Manifesting Masterclass. Manifesting Manifestors Masterclass is the exact name, MMM, M cubed. And so in this masterclass, we cover all of the metaphysical properties of manifesting, all of the ways that you can supercharge your money in manifesting money, and then supercharge the metaphysical and the manifesting aspect of it. For 3 weeks, each and every day, you get to meet with a group of amazing people. You're going to find spiritual best friends from around the world. You don't have to explain anything to them. You don't have to explain like, hey, I just saw 444. They get it. All of my groups are so amazing. I love my groups. And then there's Into the Mystic, which will start again in 2023, and Alignment Exposed. Now, Alignment Exposed, if you really want to dig deep, Alignment Exposed is a 6-week course that starts the very first Sunday in January every year. And for 6 weeks, we meet twice a week. 1 hour of coaching with a group and 1 hour of coaching with me. And at the end of the 6th week, we create an agenda and an itinerary of all of the goals for that year and what we're going to do in order to align ourselves, what practices, what modalities, what meditations, what crystals, what books to be reading, and what to be listening to in order for you to align yourself with that vibration. So if you have not signed up for one of my classes, this is the time to do it. This is the time to do it before it's sold out. And let me tell you something, you learn how to remove your blocks, you learn how to be a true creator, you understand these practices, and you will use them for the rest of your life. And then you can teach them to your friends, you can teach it to your family, and then you can help raise the vibration of the collective because you're manifesting with confidence. And I want you to understand that you are the magic. The systems and the programs that I've created, they all coordinate so that you can continue your education beyond the microphone. But each and every podcast and YouTube channel episode is created as a tutorial. In case I'm no longer available or whatever the case may be, you can listen or you can watch anytime, day or night, all day long, ways to manifest things into your reality. So let's talk about the last one and shut up and so you can start manifesting. The last one is forest bathing. Now, if you've never done this, it's really amazing. The first time I did this, I went to a retreat in Canada. And I got to meet my spirit tree, and I got to understand and work with a shaman, and it was amazing. But what forest bathing is there's a natural charge that, see, all the trees are always talking to each other in a photosynthesis. And so they know where their seeds go. They know which trees belong to them. They know their cousin trees. It's really fascinating. And so once I understood and started studying the science behind trees, I really wanted to know more. So what did I do? I'll tell you what I did. I went in and I went to the forest and I started doing forest bathing. And what does that mean? Well, forest bathing is when you go out into the forest and you find your tree and you lean up against it and you sit there for usually about an hour to 2 hours, and you allow the energy between you and the tree to circulate, because that's what happens. You're exchanging this energy with the tree. And so if you can then lean and put your hand on it or lean into it, the oxygen exchange and the energy exchange will be one of the most powerful things you've ever done. And you can do this in any type of creek or woods area, or even I live in a tropical location. I can do it with palm trees. I can do it with any kind of tree that I want. Now here, I live in Florida now, and it's home to the largest number of indigenous trees anywhere in the United States. So there's tons of trees here, and the ocean carries, sand and beach carry 3 times the energetic value, so do the mountains. So if you're living in the concrete jungle, you might want to get yourself a mat, so you get a grounding mat, so you can ground your energy and release some of those toxic chemicals that are in your energy, that are preventing you from sleeping and relaxing and enjoying life. But really, meditation is the key. All right. But I want to hear your story. I want to hear how I can serve you. I want to know what I can do to help you really create that unbelievable life that you are so worthy of. I want you to know that you are highly favored, that your angels and your guides brought you to this podcast, this episode, because they want you to really get everything you want out of life. They want you to be fulfilled. They want you to be happy. They want you to understand that this is your game and it's your job to play it right. Okay? Play the game right. Play the game as if you already won. Let go of the how, and the when. All right. Now I want you to visualize yourself working with me. I want to visualize yourself in my next class. I want you to visualize yourself at my retreat. I help, and I have a program to certify you to become a manifestation coach. I also have an immersive program here in St. Pete where you can come visit, and you can go to michellejlamont.com and sign up for my newsletter, which comes out twice a month, or you can get my free ebook. So listen, it's time for you to understand how easy it is to manifest. So go in and listen to another episode, and another episode, and another episode, and another episode, and another episode. And I want you to be one of the fastest creators on the earth. So please take my advice and go in and listen to another one, and another one, and another one, and another one. Listen all day long. It's absolutely amazing how fast your energy field changes when you're surrounding yourself with a high vibrational being who really wants you to succeed. They're all for free. Go listen. They're not 80% sales and 20% content. It's 80% content and 20% how to work with me, because I'm here to help. All right. Okay, producers, it's time to cue the music. My name is Michelle Juanita Lamont, and you've been listening to Manifesting Miracles, the show that helps make you manifest in a snap. And it's time for you to manifest your miracle today. Yes, 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 yes.